What's up guys, this is the Entrepreneur here today with a new video. If you can't notice, I'm trying something new. I'm trying a new place to film. This is in my room, natural lighting, looks good. Let's get into the video. Anyway, today we're gonna look at mass appealing niche fragrances and why you should care. So a lot of people, when they think about getting compliments or easy to wear fragrances, they think designer, and for the most part they're right. There's obviously some pretty daring designers, especially from say Mugler, Dior has some, but for the most part pretty mass appealing. A lot of people associate designers with compliments and niche with money for starters, as well as more luxurious, more artful pieces as opposed to general compliment getters. Well, I just want to talk about today the genre of niche fragrances that are quite mass appealing. You know, not every niche fragrances features oud, jasmine, and gaiac wood. They don't all smell super terrible or to the untrained nose. A lot of them are quite wearable, and for me, especially recently, I've noticed that my niche fragrances get just as many as, if not more, compliments than my designer scents go. So I wanted to make this video today just to bring you guys my thoughts on niche fragrances and why I think you should try them. Don't rule them out as not compliment getters, and give you some examples of some mass appealing niche fragrances to check out. So, for starters, there are a lot of niche fragrances to explore, and if you're just getting into your fragrance journey, that can be pretty intimidating, and I get that. But there are also some really awesome scents there for you to check out, and part of the amazing part of a fragrance journey is that you get to go out and explore so many of these awesome scents, and you get to train your nose. As your nose grows, chances are you're gonna fall out of love with a lot of designer fragrances. I've gotten super picky with my designers since I really started diving into perfume. So when you get more in tune, when your nose gets more aligned to these pricier materials, these better quality scents, less synthetic notes being used, you're going to get a little bit sick of most designers, or not, I shouldn't say most. You're gonna get sick of a lot of designers. I don't hate designers, they're all fragrances, they all smell good. There's stuff from designer that smells great, there's stuff from niche that smells great. But what I'm saying here is when your nose starts getting attuned to these finer smells, don't immediately think that every niche fragrance is not gonna get you compliments just because there's that stigma. There are some really big monster niche fragrances that can pull some mad compliments. Of course, you've probably heard of Creed Aventus. A lot of people say that gets great compliments, whatever. Not talking about Aventus today. That is just the first example of many. Another one from Creed that was number 2 for me in 2017. Just narrowly missed out on the number 1 spot. Another one from Creed is Millésime Imperial. This is a really great fragrance. And like I said, in the summertime, even in the warmer spring months, it pulls a ton of compliments. It's ridiculous. Easily one of my sexiest, if not my sexiest, summer fragrance, and it's a niche fragrance. So, example number 1. Example number 2, this is from a house that does a lot of hard to get, a lot of super niche fragrances. This is from Amouage, and it's Reflection Man. So, Reflection Man, I'm sure you've heard of this one too. Man, soapy, floral, a little spicy. Unbelievable compliments off this stuff. These are just 2 great examples of niche fragrances crushing it in compliments. Right now, I would say the Reflection Man probably gets more than any designer I have right now. There might be a couple that are up there with it, but so far, crushing it. Both of these have been crushing it. Now, I get it. If some people don't want to get into niche perfumery and they don't want to spend the big price tag to get these bottles, I get that. I think that's a perfectly fine reason not to get into it. But just to stay away from niche perfumery just because you think they all smell terrible and none of them get compliments, that's not correct. As we've just seen here, there's some other really amazing niche fragrances that do pull mad compliments. A niche head is going to say, oh, they smell boring, or oh, they smell generic, or oh, I can get a designer that smells just like that. No, you can't. Most of the time, when you put a niche fragrance side by side with, a good example of this is Xerjoff Oud and Chanel or Homme. You put them side by side and no. There's no comparison. The Xerjoff is miles better. But Do they smell kind of alike? Yeah, if you just want the Chanel, that's totally fine. But as your nose develops, and if you want to get deeper into perfumery, if you want to explore niche fragrances, you don't have to just get into ones that never get compliments. There's some great options. Now, houses I would recommend, obviously, Creed. Creed does freshies probably the best in the game, if you're asking this guy. I would not suggest Amouage for mass-appealing niche fragrances. Besides Reflection Man, there's maybe one or two others that really are quite solid mass-appealing compliment getters. So other houses I would recommend you Xerjoff. Stick to the Shooting Stars collection and the 1861 collection. That's where most of their mass-appealing fragrances are. Parfums de Marly, if you're more into darker fragrances, Parfums de Marly does some really nice compliment getting darker fragrances that are easy for even a less experienced nose to wrap your head around. And just one more, I don't really talk about this house a whole lot, but Gallagher fragrances, they really do some nice mass appealing fragrances at a solid price. Just gotten popular in the past couple of years here in the FragCom. And I really do think that all of those are great places to start if you're into designers and you're looking to up your game into niche and you're looking to start. I think those are all great options to start and to get onto your journey. Obviously, there are tons of houses with tons of other mass appealing scents, but just for a good place to start, I think Creed, Xerjoff, Parfums de Marly, and Gallagher are good spots. So, moral of the story is, guys, I know this is kind of a rambly video, but don't rule out the niche fragrances for compliment getters. There are probably 5 more in my collection that pull compliments just as well as most of my designers, if not better. That being said, guys, that's been my video. Let me know down in the comments, what are some of your favorite mass appealing niche fragrances, and did this video inspire you to try and check them out a little bit more? I know they're pricey. If you don't want to, totally fine, your call. That's probably the best reason not to get into them, because they are expensive. It just goes to show that not every niche fragrance has to smell like a stinky barnyard that a big herd of cows have just passed through. There are some really nice wearable scents here, and that's really where I'm going with my nose anyway right now. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, please do so down below. There's tons of new fragrance content coming out all the time. Also, hit that thumbs up button down below. Click the bell notification to get notified. Follow me on Snapchat. My name is down there in the description somewhere. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stay tuned, because I will have a most complimented niche fragrances video probably coming out in the next couple months. That's going to be a real banger. Real excited for that one, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having an awesome day, man. I will see you in the next one.